Pete Buttigieg, he has a different message about moving forward. Take a look.
We cannot be mesmerized by the worst things that we see happening. We will be inclined to react with shock by some things which are done precisely with the intent of shocking us. We need to move very quickly through the shock and condemnation into identifying what exactly has to be done. And that requires a more tactical mentality.
And they're also saying a lot of Americans still are overcoming the shock by taking a breather over the holidays and planning to get back in the game after January 20th, which is something I've been saying for, I don't know, the past 7, 8, 9 months. Because you don't ever know what's going to happen with an election. You can hope and plan, and when stuff goes down, you got to make a decision. We're not going to know Jack until January 20th, until he's in. You're not going to know what's going to happen. And there's no point, in my opinion, is no point in working yourself into a lather over it. I don't know if you agree, but I'm like, okay, I'm not going to yell at the TV until I know what I'm yelling about.
Well, it's been exhausting being that, Donald Trump has been running since 2022 again. So watching this campaign cycle, it felt like it lasted way longer than anything ever should. And then for some of us, we didn't win this election, what we wanted. That was a resistance, and then the votes come in. Right now, I think everyone's not only exhausted from politics, the holidays are a beautiful thing, but they're also a heavy thing for a lot of people. And so we're heading into a place where you need a refilled tank to deal with anything you're dealing with, whether it's grief, loss, or the happy parts as well. And then I think you have to think about what the action of that resistance looks like when things are actually done. Arguably, Matt Gaetz was a resistance because the public scrutiny of that and all of the coverage of that, even Matt Gaetz said when he resigned, this became too big of a distraction. That was resistance. It may just not look like what everyone's thinking it is.
He didn't resign because he was a distraction. He resigned because he wasn't going to get confirmed. But... This does feel different than 2016. In 2016, at this time, the Women's March was being planned. That began getting planned the election night, and it began with a Facebook post of a housewife in Hawaii, and it turned into millions of women marching all over the country the day after the inauguration.
For no reason.
I think, look, we're all 8 years older. I think a lot of us are still apoplectic that America voted against a qualified woman again and put in, this racist misogynist, and they don't care. And so it's like, so it's tiring. It is exhausting. It is disappointed. I think this election cycle was an emotional roller coaster, right? We had Joe Biden, the debate, 2 assassination attempts, Kamala coming in and running hard, leaving it all on the field for 107 days. And then we thought she was going to win, like we did with Hillary in 2016, and she didn't. So I think people are exhausted. I think they are looking at, taking care of themselves before they take care of America, right? I got to breathe.
All right. I've heard enough. Whoopi Goldberg, I can tell you what's going to happen.
She had the only logical statement today.
Whoopi?
Yeah, Whoopi. She said, let's not get up here and get our panties in the wad over everything he does, because we don't know what he's going to actually do until he gets in there.
I know what's going to happen.
That's a good point.
They're canceled. They're done.
That's because their viewers, they getting no views. That's how it goes in television business.
So that's what you should be. That's what you should be expecting to happen, Whoopi Goldberg. And
maybe Trump will give her another job for the 4th or 5th time.
So hold on, the other administration was doing stuff for America.
We don't even got to get into that.
So the other administration was doing stuff for America.
I don't understand why they're so shocked that they lost, though. They're like, I just can't believe that a qualified woman.
I mean, you guys are continuing to go on. This guy's finna be the president of the United States. What do y'all think is gonna happen to you guys?
What don't make him qualified? That's what
No, he's definitely qualified. They say he's a racist misogynist. That's their argument. And remember when Kamala went on here before she was, at the end of her campaign, and they said, what are you gonna change? Y'all asked her. Y'all are partly responsible for why she did not get elected. For that day and all the propaganda that y'all spill every day out here, but specifically that day, they said, what are you going to do different from Joe? 75% of America thinks that America's in the wrong direction. What are you going to do different than Joe? Oh, nothing really. Oh.
And you
Get
guys-
her ass out of there.
No, yeah, The View has to go, guys. I mean, you guys are tanking, and then you guys are continuing to do the very thing of why you guys are tanking. So I mean, hey,
Like, you know, it's like in a sport, if you're doing something that doesn't work, then you try something new and you try to change it, you adapt. They're
Hey.
not doing that.
Well, what Whoopi is.
Whoopi did
Whoopi
today,
is putting
and
her foot in
DEI
the-
Republican on the right, she do sometimes.
Hey, the girl and the black dude too.
And the girl and the black do sometimes. But them two, George Lopez's wife and
Oh,
Nah.
girl ain't put
Y'all
her
need to
and
listen-
Sonny
hey,
put it in the water, bro.
y'all asses, bro.
nah, seriously though, what Pete Buttigieg said, I mean, there was a lot. I mean, I noticed that Democrats just say a lot to
can't
get to one
listen
little
when-
point.
I'm
But
not
y'all
listening
need to
to
go
him.
listen to what Pete Buttigieg said. Go
don't
listen
care
to
about
Pete
Pete.
Buttigieg. Go
We don't care
listen to
about
him.
Pete.
When Pete speaks,
No, what he said was actually right. We need to relax and think about a different strategy, guy. He said a lot, and it was like, okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, he right.
All
When
right,
Pete
Pete
Buttigieg-
Buttigieg
But-
talk, I do not want to hear that man talk.
You know,
I'm
all
sorry.
we can think about
when
is
he
one
talk, it goes out of one, it goes in one ear, out the other one, man.
Yeah,
that shit,
It's hard. Yeah, it's
I
hard.
haven't,
I
seen
ain't
him,
this
I, haven't,
big.
I haven't seen him get overly emotional yet. So
That
right
was
now,
my
all we
first
know
time
is,
even listening to
is
him
he
talk.
just Pete Booty. That's all we know for right now. But when we hear him, like he do, you know, he sound like a Democrat.
Pete
but he
Buttigieg
also like
is
got-
over with.
He
He's
is, bro.
done.
Yeah, he is,
Nobody
bro.
want to hear
He
Pete
is, bro.
Buttigieg
Yeah, he
talk.
can get
Pete
cooked.
Buttigieg.
He can
You
get
better
cooked
not
easy.
get your Buttigieg ass on the stage next 4 years to
It
try
just,
to run.
it's just
'cause
like, damn.
Yeah,
can't put your
he
Buttigieg
can get
up
cooked
there.
too easily. That's what it is, man.
Oh, yeah.
But
Imagine
it's
him
like-
and Trump debating. He'd be like,
It's just like when
Oh,
you want to see a
Buttigieg.
team like they suck so bad, you want to see them have one player at least. Like when they get one player, but you be happy for them. It was like that. I'm like, well, okay, Pete Buttigieg. Finally, a Democrat was right about something. Because the only Democrat I see right is that old dude that be repping LSU. They be getting on CNN. That's the only Democrat I be
Hey,
saying he got some
If he
common
run,
sense.
I might vote for him.
But when
said,
I
Mike.
seen Tim Walz get up there boo-hooing and crying and on that Winnie the Pooh shit, shooting geese and all that,
Hey,
he was
Tim
messing
Walz.
up. All right, let's keep going, bro.
See me on the
and that's who
field.
really fell off the face of the earth, Tim Walz. Kamala did, but Tim Walz, his name will never
They're
be
done.
remembered again.
They're done.
Tampon.
Y'all better run Pete Booty and Gavin Newsom.
Oh, that's horrible.
Joe Biden, the debate, 2 assassination attempts, Kamala coming in and running hard, leaving it all on the field for 107 days. And then we thought she was going to win, like we did with Hillary in 2016, and she didn't. So I think people are exhausted. I think they are looking at, taking care of themselves before they take care of America, right?
That's what they
I gotta
did.
breathe. My mental health has got to be in a good place. My physical health has got to be in a good place. That doesn't mean we're gonna tune out for 4 years, but it means we're gonna take some bubble baths for a little
man,
bit.
get these people off TV.
I,
Go on and do that.
I think
Go on and
that's
do that.
There were a couple of articles over the weekend about how black women in
Yeah.
particular were dealing with this because we know that 9 out of 10 black women voted for Kamala Harris and that historically black women are sort of the backbone of the Democratic Party, right? And so 92%
The biggest dumb. And I'm sorry.
Hold on, real quick. I
was
want
gonna say
to
the
pull up a
biggest
stat. I want to pull up a stat. I want to pull up a stat.
Hey, that's
I
actually
wanna pull
wrong.
up a
No. No, actually, guys. No, I'm not gonna say the joke we heard.
Hold on.
The joke we heard.
That's
on Twitter.
80%.
stat.
Hey, bro, should I mention the joke?
That joke was
Nah, don't
hilarious.
mention that joke. Let it ride.
Okay, bro. No, I just got it. We said it already. We got to say it.
Let it ride.
Somebody
Let it
said.
ride.
Okay. No,
Let it
bro.
ride.
Wow.
Somebody said
Let it ride.
a girl said something
Let
on
it
Twitter,
ride.
and somebody quoted and said,
Let
"I
it
can tell
ride.
that we've been in slavery before."
Yeah. No. Yeah. Cause goodness.
Cause the dumbass takes y'all be having. They was having a cool conversation and here she come in. Particularly black women. Sonny, why you propping up black people and you mix I don't get that, bro.
You went to a
it's not-
private school.
all type of stuff that usually a lot of black people didn't get to experience. You're experiencing. And
She
then you're
wanted reparations, and she has millions of dollars.
a private school and you got millions of dollars. That don't happen to a lot of
Your
a
child
lot
goes
of
to
people.
Harvard,
Not even just black people.
and
That
you
doesn't-
want reparations because you're being treated unjust by this country.
And you went to a private institute.
particular, we're dealing with this because we know that 9 out of 10 black women voted for Kamala Harris and that historically black women are sort of the backbone of the Democratic Party, right? And so 92% of black women voted for Kamala Harris. So you have 92% of black women very disappointed and feeling some of the things that you are feeling. So I think people are taking a moment to take care of themselves. Self-care is really big. I think they're also reevaluating how they want to engage in this democracy. She's a friend of mine, but Latasha Brown is also the co-founder of the national voting rights group Black Voters Matter. And while a lot of people said that Stacey Abrams was sort of the architect of Georgia going blue, it was actually Latasha Brown that was on the ground, and Stacey Abrams has admitted that. And Latasha said this weekend, America is going to have to save herself. She said, people can rely on black women to lead change, but the next 4 years will look different. That's not a Herculean task, that's for us. We don't want that title. I have no goals to be a martyr for a nation that cares nothing about me. And I think a lot of black women are feeling that.
I feel a bit different because God's honest truth, I kind of always thought Trump would win until maybe the final days just because it felt like Kamala Harris had this real momentum. But the signs were there. And I have a very diverse friend group, family, like people who vote different ways. And I have felt like there was a yearning in this country that people wanted Donald Trump back. And the most common thing I heard this entire election cycle was, I don't like his personality, I don't like the way he talks, but my life was better when he was in office. And I'm in this position where I feel a bit unburdened by what has been. I'm going to wait and see. He's not been sworn in yet. I'm somebody who probably agrees with 75% of his policies. If he focuses on creating jobs, on bringing down the cost of living, securing the border in a responsible way, and being tough on America's adversaries, I'm all for it. What doesn't mean we're not going to call balls and strikes when he does things that are beyond the pale or he uses words that are offensive to people, then be ready to call that out. But I just think I'm kind of shying away from this sort of apocalyptic, it's all, we you know.
So she got a spine, not fine.
She been fine, but she got the only reason she got a spine now
is because everybody else is saying
that bread going lower.
I wanted to say that. Can we say that now?
What?
Can we talk about? Are we talking now or we not?
Yeah, you can. No, what?
The only reason she is now acting like this is because it's so clear to a lot of people what's going on, and Trump won, and there's a lot more people like us who don't care no more, and we saying what we think, and so she's like starting to do the same thing.
And because they're tanking.
Yeah.
And she needs her contract.
Well, you know.
They finna get fired. Maybe we can keep you, but I really don't want to keep you is because you could have been doing this.
Yeah, that's what she has not done that. You playing
she gets on here and says,
hold on. If she would got on here and said like 3-4 months ago, I agree with 75% of Trump's policies, they would have all got up and walked off set.
I've heard her say that.
They would have all got up and walked off set.
I've heard
she said she didn't like Trump. She wasn't voting for Trump.
I've heard her with some TDS a lot.
Yes. So if you asked her a couple months ago, are you voting for Trump? She would say, hell no.
She probably
but
said
wait. She didn't. She said she wasn't.
She did say she wasn't.
She said she wasn't.
She did.
So how do you something's not added up here. Math isn't mathing. Hold on. Math isn't mathing because if you agree with 75% of a person's policies, that's who you're voting for.
You should be on his side the whole time.
That's who you're voting for, right?
Bro, yeah.
I agree with 75% of your policies.
These people
I
are
agree
fake.
with 25% of theirs. I'm not voting for them. I'm voting for them.
This is propaganda.
I'm somebody who probably agrees with 75% of his policies. If he focuses on creating jobs, on bringing down the cost of living, securing the border in a responsible way, and being tough on America's adversaries, I'm all for it. What doesn't mean we're not going to call balls and strikes when he does things that are beyond the pale or he uses words that are offensive to people, then be ready to call that out. But I just think I'm kind of shying away from this sort of apocalyptic, it's all, we need to be like losing sleep over it. The American system of government is strong, it's held. There are checks and balances, even if my party's in control of the House, the Senate, and the presidency. And I think we should I root for America, so I root for a smart, serious Donald Trump presidency. And
They're about to grill her.
Yeah, it looked like it. If it hit it with the
I root for America, so I root for a smart, serious Donald Trump presidency, and I root for pushback when he doesn't do things that are smart.
I think all those things are great to dream about, and
he gave you 4 jobs.
They're great.
But I have for 4 years and work on Red's Health, or we just engage in the process.
As I've always said, this process was handled without me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the things I was
this
looking
shit.
for, you know, and I listen to people make fun of it, you know, it's not about race, it's not about misogyny. It is for me. It is for me.
So go to Africa.
Because that's how you see me first. So that's how I have to respond to you.
Remember what I said yesterday?
And I don't think this is what you're saying. I want to be really clear. Because you know how they like to always put us, oh, and she was mean to her.
Yes.
I understand all the things you want to see him be. I understand all the things that he promised he would be and he wasn't.
He gave
And
you 4
now that he has been given carte blanche, I'm not going to waste a lot of time on what he might do.
But at the same-
I'm gonna wait because I need to see what he will do so that I know what I'm going to
you
do.
off of TV.
That's in many ways my point. But like, we can sit here and we could be apocalyptic about what he might do, but I also think there's a moment for self-reflection. I felt as unrepresented by Biden when I would talk about, I care about the border. Why did you wait till 3 years in to do it? I care about the cost of living.
But
Why aren't you talking about it?
We've done all of that.
No,
and
y'all
we're
haven't.
talking about how this respect comes to you, how it comes to me, how it comes to you.
The black card?
We're looking at different things. You're hearing different things than I'm hearing because you're not listening for the same things. We just aren't. And that's okay.
You're not a
I have a
nigga.
lot more understanding about what you're looking for than most people have what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
No, and I
Because-
we
and so-
recognize
Yeah,
that.
so I think what we're all saying is we're going to sit and watch.
Wait and
We're
see.
going to wait and see because we can't do anything else except.
he a
I'm
slave
not going to
master.
wait and see. I mean, this guy is
What do
told
you
us
want-
he's a
you don't-
retribution. He's
what
going
do
to
you
be a
want to do?
What are
dictator.
you doing? Like,
He's
There's
not-
nothing to be done until
So
you
go.
know what you're fighting. It's pissing in the wind doesn't help.
So go.
You just get a wet
treat
face.
But I mean,
Everything
but I
like a
have no.
five-alarm
What I'm
fire
saying
doesn't
is,
help.
I have no false expectations that at 78 he's going to all of a sudden
No
turn
one does.
into
No
a
one
another
does.
human
Treating
being.
everything like
and
a
I'm not going to
five-alarm
spend.
fire
I
makes
spent.
people tune out.
I spent weeks telling people that he was apocalyptic. I'm not
Yeah.
going to change now
No.
because it's
not
still the
changing
same
if you're
man.
not
I'm not
treating
going
every
to
single
change.
thing like
I
a
think that's when we
five-alarm
lose
fire.
credibility.
Well, here's the thing. You lose credibility in many different ways.
being lost.
If you don't know what you're talking about and you accuse him of something, then they're going to blow it back. That's why I say we need to wait and see exactly what you're going to do. Are you coming after all the folks that come to this country for a better world, who come here to work? What are you going to do with all those folks? What are you going to do with those jobs
There's some
when you take
specifics
all
we need,
these
yeah.
people away?
The
When you
emotion
talk
coming
about
out.
getting rid of folks, you better know what your back game is going to be before you talk about what you're going to do until you know what you can do.
The emotions coming out, guys.
That's why y'all show is tanking. Y'all show is tanking.
Soon as they get
Y'all
to
suck, y'all
debating,
suck. Hey,
hold on though.
y'all
Soon as
suck,
they get
y'all
to
suck.
debating for real, it's getting real, guys. They weren't allowed to do this at first. Alyssa wasn't allowed to do this at
Hey.
first. Now
She-
look,
she
I'm
got a
gonna tell you
spawn
why.
now.
At first, we used to get copyrighted for the view, guys. This is how I know that they're not getting the same amount of funds and revenue that they used to be receiving. We used to get copyrighted for doing them. Now
Look at
we
the
don't.
comments.
Now we don't. Yeah, I know. Everybody, they rooting for Alyssa, but Alyssa could have been doing this, but she
No,
couldn't do
look
it
what they said.
because of propaganda.
Alyssa just showed her hand. Oh, we said she was an undercover dirtbag supporter, and I can bet my check she is one of the white women who said she was voting for Kamala and actually voted for Donkey. And Sarah voted for Donkey also. Nobody can tell me any different.
Hey, bro, this is
Shut
absolutely
your ass
comical,
up.
guys. They're declining, guys, because
Oh,
they're,
y'all
they're-
going.
It's
they're-
funny.
Hey, they get most of their views off of us.
You know what's the funniest stuff ever? They real life just explained how they lost credibility.
Yeah. They gonna keep
said,
taking.
if we
They
don't
gonna keep
stand-
on taking.
We don't
Hold on.
stand on it. We lose credibility.
Does anyone know the definition of insanity? Do you know the textbook definition of it? Doing the same
yeah, I was gonna
thing
say that.
over and over again and expecting a different result. Your show sucks and y'all lost the president election. Y'all are doing the same thing. Hey.
I mean, you guys
Keep
can't
on
just
doing it.
spit in America's face and then just tell them to wipe it off, guys.
If you voted for him,
Like-
you're a racist misogynist, and you should cut these people out of your life.
Like a couple episodes ago, they literally just
Whoa.
told the American people that they're fact checked by ABC and they're owned by Comcast or ABC or whoever. And if they tell a lie, they have to come out and tell the truth or whatever. We literally see that you guys lie. Like it's a bald-faced lies. So how are you going to come back and say that we're fact checked and we can't lie on here? When you guys just set up here, and if you guys were telling the truth, then Kamala would have won. But
She would have won.
I mean,
Shoulda, coulda, woulda, didn't.
I mean, your candidate came on here. She couldn't
Try again
answer
next
questions,
time.
I mean, this is just absurd, guys. I mean, Sunny Hostin, I mean, they're talking about the feminist and I guess the racist stuff, whatever they're talking about. Like, these same women are going to be sitting around, riding around America perfectly fine. When Donald Trump's in office,
LA,
nothing's going to change. Literally, only things that's going to change is good things.
They're going to be driving around.
there's literally nothing gonna be.
They're going to be the exact same.
If we're keeping it real,
Like, are you?
they gonna
what's
get in their
happen
car
to
and
you
they gonna
guys?
drive their ass home to their mansion and they gonna live their life.
You know
What's going to happen, Sonny, to
What
you?
happened? Some
Nothing.
good actually happened. What happened? Some good actually happened.
The price of the groceries gonna go down.
A lot
and
of
the price
good
of their
things
gas.
already have happened. The vibe of America has changed. We're happy. We get to see you
Yeah.
idiots melt down.
Everybody hitting the Trump dance. People getting mad.
It's absurd, man. Sonny is, oh man, she pisses me off the most, man.
Man.
She just,
No,
the
Sonny
race
is the
card-
worst.
the race card is
Sonny
crazy.
and
Whoopi-
the other in the middle are the worst, and Whoopi is two. Them three
Whoopi's
right there.
bad. She-
The only two
she
is
just melted
You
down.
got
Whoopi
the two.
Whoopi
She tried it first today,
She tried
and I
it
tried to give her
first.
credit.
Yeah,
You see, we tried to give her credit. I tried to give Whoopi credit today, and guess what you
Nah,
did?
bro.
You turn around and you
shit
shit
all
right
over
in my
I knew that was
face.
gonna happen.
You
I
shit
knew that
all
was gonna
over.
happen.
Shitted right on my head.
I mean, it's easy to say. I mean, maybe we need to just look at a different playbook. I mean, nah, I don't give you points for saying that's like the little bro pack. Well, good job, buddy. You didn't catch the ball, so figure out how to catch the ball.
Well, you got to give them
buddy.
that sometimes because these are some idiots and they never make
So,
no points.
so we're saying good job for them just regrouping.
If they make 1 point, I'm gonna give them a good job because they never make any points.
This is insane, guys.
Woo!
This is insane.
Go View.